Hi guys! Welcome back to my channel. For those of you who are new here, I'm Amelia Parker, and today I will be doing a video on how to apply fake lashes. As you can see, I have some really fun new fall hair. I decided that it was time for a change. I loved my blonde for the summer, but I wanted a little something else for the fall to switch it up. I wanted to go darker so bad, and I couldn't do it. I have been looking at old pictures of myself from a couple years ago. I had some indigo navy blue hair, and it was just my whole head on top of my natural brown, and oh my god, it was so pretty, and everything in me was oh my god, I want to do a dark color, and I can't get rid of this blonde. I've worked way too hard for it. I have had such a nice icy blonde for a really long time, and I did not want to ruin that by throwing some dark color on it. So I decided that this would be my fun fall color substitute. But anyway, let's get into this. This is a highly requested video for me. I always get compliments on how nice my lashes look, not to toot my own horn or anything, but lashes are definitely one of my favorite things to wear as far as makeup goes. However, they are probably my least favorite thing to apply when I'm actually doing my makeup. So I'm just going to do a quick little tutorial today on how to apply your lashes, and let's get started. I personally prefer a gray or a brown eyeliner when I'm doing eyelashes as opposed to black, because black is just a little bit too intense for me, especially if I'm doing a more natural look. So I usually start with this Jonteblu gray eyeliner. Gray is kind of a good color for me because I'm a little bit darker than brown, so I like doing the gray instead. And I typically only like to do the top of my eye, because the bottom of my eye, if I do the waterline, it makes it look a little bit smaller, and I have big eyes, so I kind of want to accentuate that fact. The next step's pretty easy. It just involves curling your eyelashes. I typically try not to do a whole lot of curl when I'm doing fake eyelashes because I find it a little bit harder to apply the fake lashes. It kind of gets in the way of the lashes laying in the right way that I want them to. So I'll typically do a little bit of curling more towards the outer edge of my lashes and go from there. So what I'm doing here is I'm kind of starting about halfway down the lash and pressing in really quickly, and then moving down about 3 different times towards the edge of my lash. That way I don't end up putting too much curl in my lash. Then I'll do some pretty minimal mascara. So now we get to kind of the hard part. I have big eyes, but they're kind of straight across, so a lot of the time with lashes, because they have that natural little bend to them, I actually end up having to straighten it out for myself. I know a lot of people have more of an issue where they need to kind of bend it a little bit more to make it more round, but I'm definitely the opposite. I need to make it a little bit more flat, meaning that I'm going to be sitting down maybe a couple more times extra before I leave and trying to stick them on. And I also bring a lash glue with me in my purse everywhere I go, so that way if I do end up having to place another lash down on the inside or the outer corner, then I can. So these lashes that I have here are actually the iris lashes from Zola Lash. They're one of my favorite pairs of lashes. I actually get them in a subscription box called LashyBox. It comes in this little box every month. I actually get 2 different subscriptions. I get the more natural look and I get the more glam look that they offer. So typically in each box comes about 3 to 5 pairs of lashes. Sometimes it'll come with a pair of tweezers, it'll come with a little pair of scissors. This is definitely not an ad or promoted or anything like that, but honestly getting this box was probably one of the best things I did for myself, because I don't like to have to go shopping for lashes, and I actually get some kinds of surprises in the box every month, so I enjoy getting some different styles that I typically wouldn't choose for myself. One of the boxes goes for, I think, $13 a month, which is pretty good if you're considering the fact that you're getting 3 to 5 pairs of lashes every month. If you are a big lash fan, definitely go and grab yourself a subscription, because you don't have to worry about going out and buying yourself some lashes. My lash drawer is completely filled to the brim because I've had it for about 6 months or so, and I get 2 of the boxes, so I get anywhere between 6 and 10 pairs of lashes every month, and I'm so chock full of lashes it's not even funny, and I wear the same 5 pairs every single day, so I don't know what to do with them all. in the box as well. I also got this really nice pair of tweezers. They're kind of on the larger side and they're made specifically for lashes, so they have like that little bend in them at the end here. I've also gotten a pair of tweezers like this. These are pretty good, but I definitely prefer these over these. I've also gotten this small tweezer set. It comes with a pair that's a little bit more pointed at the end, and it also comes with a pair that's a little bit more slanted. I also have gotten this cute little pair of scissors in my box as well. These are great because I like to trim the lashes. One of my eyes is actually bigger than the other one. I do need to trim off a little bit more of the lash because this eye is actually a little bit bigger than this eye. So this eye definitely needs to get a little bit more trimmed off. Don't forget too that when you're cutting off the lashes, you want to cut from the outer corner of the lashes instead of the inner corner. The inner corner is usually made a little bit shorter so that it doesn't end up hitting this part of your nose. I know that bothers me, so definitely make sure that you trim from the outer corner of the lashes instead of the inner corner. So what I'll do is I'll grab my pair of tweezers, and I'll grab a single lash off of the tray. Now, like I said, I have to kind of flatten mine a little bit, so I'll usually just take it and kind of work it with another pair of tweezers and get it to flatten a little bit. What you can do if you need to make it a little bit more curved is you can take it and bend it around a little bit. I usually will take it like this and kind of make it in like a snake-ish U pattern. You also can take the ends and kind of twist it in opposite directions to make it a little bit more curved to your eye. And now that my lashes are a little bit more straightened out, I will take my Kiss Lash Glue and just undo the top. And I'll take it at the tip here and kind of swirl it around so that I don't have a whole lot of excess glue. I find that with fake eyelashes, when you're applying glue, it's a little easier to go a little thinner at first and then add as you need it, as opposed to globbing it on there and waiting like 6 hours for it to dry. So I'll just take it and put it on the inside of the band. I want to make sure that where I'm putting the glue is where it's going to be touching my skin, not on the underneath part where it would be sitting on my eyelashes, because that's how you tear out your eyelashes. I also like to make sure I get a little bit on the inner corner and the outer corner because, like I said, I sometimes have trouble with it staying on in the in and outer corner. Then I'll take my handy dandy little fan that I got off of Amazon, and I will start that up on the highest setting and help it dry a little bit to save a little bit of time. And now that the glue has gone from white to clear, it is my time to shine. I can throw it on my lashes. What I'll usually do to start is I will make sure that it's kind of straight again, because a lot of the time it will end up going back to its natural U shape. If you have the opposite problem where you need it a little bit more curved, then you can go ahead and bend it again. Just make sure you do it kind of quick because now the glue is tacky, which is what you want, and you need to stick it on pretty soon. So make it quick. So what I'll do is I'll kind of get in there, I'll hover over where I need to put it, and kind of line up everything on my lash line. I like to go for the outer corner first because usually that's where it bothers me the most. So I'll stick the outer corner first, and then go to the middle. Sometimes I'll have to pull it off a little bit and stick it back on there. Make sure that everything's all in place where it needs to be. And then I will go to the inner corner, which also bothers me a lot. And I will try to get it as close to my lash line as possible without it unsticking. And just kind of manipulate it as you wait for it to dry, because you want to make sure that it is sticking in all the right places. So I'm having a little bit of trouble with my inner corner as usual. So I'm trying to go in from the top and apply a little bit of lash glue up there, so that way I can hopefully stick it back on. So now I finally got the inner corner to stick. I also learned another tip that if you take your lash band while it's still wet and kind of drop it onto the top of your lashes and leave a little bit of a line where you want to place the lashes, you can let that get tacky while you're waiting for your lash band to dry as well. And then when you stick it on, it's kind of got like that double-sided tape effect where it kind of like extra clings together. So definitely, if you're pretty good at like scooting it in there pretty quickly while it's still wet, definitely do that if you can. I prefer not to do that just because I have hooded eyes, so sometimes when I blink my eyeballs, it'll get like on the upper portion of my eyelids, and that drives me nuts when I'm in the middle of doing something and my eyelid like gets stuck to itself and I'm like in a conversation because I'm trying to get my eyelid unstuck from the top of my like upper brow area. Hi. Oh god. Doing your eyelashes. What do you do?
Crushing it in fantasy, but I gotta run down 2 Ys really quick.
Oh. Okay.
So we'll be back in a few minutes.
Sounds good. I also like to reuse my lashes a lot. Sometimes the glue will kind of build up, and I'll take a pair of tweezers that I don't really care about and kind of yank all of like the guck off. You have to be careful though, because sometimes on certain lashes, you can like pull the band off too, especially if they're like the drugstore ones. So definitely be careful when pulling the glue off, but definitely makes it look better if you are able to pull the glue off. I think it looks kind of a little bit crusty if you let it build up for too long. But I highly recommend reusing lashes if you can, because one is super eco-friendly, 2, it saves money in your pocket, and 3, you can save a pair of lashes that you love for a really long time. I think you can wear lashes pretty much like anywhere between like 1 and 30 uses or something like that. Okay, so now both of my eyelashes are applied and the glue is pretty much dry. So what I'll do from here is I will take a little spoolie and I will kind of push up on the eyelashes a little bit just to give them a little bit more volume and to make them look a little bit nicer. I also will kind of take the eyelashes as well, like my natural ones, and kind of blend them into the faux lashes. This is the finished result. Everything is beautiful and pretty flush to my natural lash line, which I enjoy. I find with fake eyelashes, the closer you get to your natural lash line with them, the more comfortable they'll be. You'll definitely know when they are not in the right place because you will certainly be super uncomfortable. So it definitely takes some practice. This is something that has taken me a really, really long time to perfect. I'm still not perfect at it, and I still have to carry around glue in my purse because I do have a couple of like times when they will fall off, or certain pairs of lashes tend to fall off a little bit easier on me. So definitely get yourself a second set of glue. It costs like $6 at the grocery store. All that really matters is you start to put them on when they're tacky, because when you put them on wet, obviously they're going to fall off, and also that you keep working them as they start to dry on your eyelashes. So definitely take a pair of tweezers and kind of poke at them, push them into your skin, make sure that they're in the right place, and make sure that they're comfortable more than anything. If it's not comfortable the first time, pull them off and just do it again. It's not going to kill you. It might take an extra 5 minutes or so. It's much better, in my opinion, to waste the 5 minutes to re-put it back on and be comfortable for the rest of the day than it is to not use that 5 minutes and be super uncomfortable for the entire rest of the day. So thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to like this video. And don't forget to follow me on Instagram at Amelia R. Parker. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you have a great rest of your week. Bye!